on vacation in tropical paradise and my marriage is over. I've been in denial for a long time. It took today for me to fully realize and accept that my marriage is over. There shouldn't be this level of drama, arguing and tears in a healthy marriage. I think we both are scared F. A week of escape in a picturesque tropical getaway has starkly revealed the demise of my marriage. For far too long, I've been living in a state of denial. It wasn't until today that the harsh reality hit me. My marriage is irreparably broken. The constant bickering, heated arguments, and emotional outbursts are symptoms of a toxic relationship, not a thriving one. My partner and I have been clinging to each other, afraid to let go, and making feeble attempts to justify our stagnant union. Yet, surrounded by breathtaking scenery and idyllic tranquility, our differences have become insurmountable. The reality is, our marriage has run its course, and I'm consumed by an overwhelming sense of sadness. Landlord wants to correct my lease from $1,400 to $1,475. I just got a new apartment and signed a 6-month lease for $1,400 a month. When it was time to pay rent, I was charged $1,475. When I showed them my lease, they said they accidentally leased it to me for $1,400, like it was a typo. Lease dispute. Incorrect rent charge. I recently secured a new apartment and entered into a 6-month lease agreement at a monthly rate of $1,400. Upon presenting the rent for payment, I was unexpectedly billed $1,475. Upon bringing this discrepancy to the landlord's attention and presenting the original lease, they claimed that it was an error on their part to list the rent as $1,400 and that my lease had been inaccurately advertised. However, I question whether I am obligated to participate in this alleged correction process. Is their claim of an error sufficient to justify a unilateral rent increase, or do I have any grounds to dispute this modification? Anyone else's parents overcomplicate simple tasks to the point where you felt like you can't do anything right. Seriously, washing dishes, cleaning, going to work, if I moved my hand a millimeter farther than my parents expected, they would throw a temper tantrum and made me. Is it just me, or do others experience a phenomenon where their parents overanalyze everyday situations, making it seem like even the simplest tasks are daunting challenges? I'm talking about tasks like doing laundry, tidying up, or even just showing up to work on time. If I so much as shifted my position by a fraction of an inch from what my parents deemed acceptable, they'd be on my case, creating a sense of inadequacy and making me feel like I'm incapable of handling even the most basic responsibilities. But here's the kicker: when I moved in with roommates and had to manage my own space, nobody seemed to bat an eyelid at any of these tasks, and I was expected to perform just fine. Lawyer died the day before hearing. Just like the title says, my lawyer had a heart attack today and passed away. I have a felony preliminary hearing at 9 a.m. tomorrow. I called the clerk's office and left a message this evening, and still plan on showing up in the morning. What the disastrous turn of events. Lawyer's sudden passing on eve of hearing yesterday. My attorney suffered a fatal heart attack, leaving me with a critical situation ahead. My felony preliminary hearing is scheduled for 9 a.m. tomorrow and I am left without representation. In a desperate attempt to resolve the issue, I reached out to the clerk's office via phone message earlier in the evening. I am considering appearing in court tomorrow, hoping to somehow navigate the complex situation. One possible solution that comes to mind is informing the judge of the circumstances and requesting a postponement of the hearing until I can secure new counsel. Any guidance or advice I can receive at this point would be invaluable. Can my mom stop me from attending college? I, 16F, have been accepted to an out-of-state college with a full ride, housing, and food included. However, my mom does not want me to go despite allowing me to interview, apply, and work so hard to graduate. I will be 17 when I need. Can my parent prevent me from pursuing higher education? I, 16F, recently received an acceptance letter from an out-of-state college that has offered me a full scholarship, including housing and meals. My mother, however, remains hesitant about me attending the institution. Despite her initial support for my academic pursuits, allowing me to participate in interviews, apply, and work diligently to graduate, she still expresses reservations about my decision to leave. Given that I will be 17 at the time of my departure and have secured a job along with some savings of around 8 to 10K, I am concerned about whether my mother can legally prevent me from leaving for college. If my situation is based in Idaho, I am hoping that you could provide some insight into the matter. Edit: to clarify, I would like to add that my mom is not attempting to stop me due to financial concerns, but rather due to personal reasons. I am planning to discuss this matter further with her, but I would appreciate any additional information you can provide on the situation. Update: I have since spoken with my mom, and we are working on resolving our differences. However, I would still appreciate any guidance on my rights as a minor in Idaho. TLDRI, a 16-year. I'm getting my tubes tied tomorrow and I'm so happy. I've never wanted children, my partner doesn't want to have children. I'm still childbearing years old, and expected to have to convince the doctor that this is actually what I want. Nope. No, oh you'll change your mind so. The countdown begins as I prepare for my tubal ligation surgery tomorrow, a moment of great relief and joy. For years, I've been clear about one thing. I don't want children. My partner shares this conviction, and it's a decision we're both wholeheartedly committed to. Despite still being in my reproductive prime, I've encountered skepticism from others who assume that I'll inevitably change my mind. They've suggested that I'm just saying this now, and that I'll come to regret my decision. But I'm not buying into that narrative. I'm determined to assert my autonomy and make choices that align with my values and priorities. Tomorrow, I'll take a significant step towards reclaiming my body and my life. I look forward to embracing a hormone-free and worry-free existence. You are not responsible for your parents, not their feelings, not their lives. They were responsible for yours a long time ago. If they chose to neglect, bully or abuse, then that is their shame, their guilt, not yours. Edit: wow, thanks for the gold, silvers and all the upvote. You are not accountable for the lives of your parents, nor are you responsible for their emotions or experiences. Their duty was to ensure your well-being from the start, but ultimately, their choices were theirs alone. It's crucial to acknowledge that if they failed in their responsibilities, neglected, bullied, or abused you, that guilt and shame reside with them, not with you. Edit: I'm overwhelmed with gratitude for the gold, silver badges, and upvotes that have come my way. It's astonishing to think that I've only recently come to understand these principles, and it's heartbreaking that so many people can relate to them. Yet, it's reassuring to know that we're not isolated in our struggles. It's New Year's Eve and my partner has me fixing the washing machine. He's been in bed all day, woken up and decided to